I made a 7 days dry fast. A dry fast is when you don't drink water and not eat anything. Now, why would you do something so stupid like dry fasting? Well, dry fasting seems to be the ultimate cleansing ritual. There are some interesting studies about healing cancer and so on. And I just wanted to try it out. It seems to be killing everything in your body that doesn't belong in there. So yeah, that's why I did it. There's a misconception about that people cannot survive without water for longer than 3 days, which, well, I proved wrong. It seems that human beings can survive for about 15 days without water, and maybe healthy human beings can survive even longer. The longest case that I know that a person that was buried and survived was 13 days. It was in Germany. And people were asking themselves, how could it be? He's still alive. Well, our ancestors had to experience periods of starvation pretty frequently. And that is also a reason why I wanted to try it out, because I wanted to feel what real starvation and maybe desperation would feel like. Because we live in a society of abundance. Not only deprivation from food, but also from water. Yeah, it turns out the human body is a miracle. Before dry fasting, you should make some preparations. You should try to adapt to fasting in general, and maybe try out 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days dry fast before you go for 7 days. But since I'm an idiot and extreme, well, I just went 7 days without adaptation. Well, I got what I deserved in the end. The 7th day was not very pleasant. So I want to tell you about what I experienced day by day. So the first day was easy. The second day also. It was not much to tell. It's just not eating and yeah. It was interesting. Was on the second day my skin was very good in the face. My face skin, all my life I suffered from dry face skin below the eyes, and also my beard was pretty dry before I started fasting, and it just went away, which was weird because without drinking your skin gets more hydrated? ? Yeah, I don't know what happened, but that's what happened. So my face healed up. The lips also felt pretty good. Yeah, it was a good state to be in. The third day is when the difficulties kicked in. The cortisol spiked and the insulin dropped, and that's I think that's what happened. And that's not a good combination. It's not a good state to be in. I had a terrible mood. I did not feel like doing anything, and depression started creeping in. Something interesting that happened was that my limbs cooled off, like my hands and feet, and also my head cooled off, and my core, my torso heated up. So it was a weird state of almost sweating and freezing at the same time. It was a very unpleasant feeling. I've never experienced something like this, and it felt like my body was synthesizing water from fat cells, and in the process it was burning all the fat, like the energy from the fat. And yeah, my torso felt like a core reactor. I had to take cold showers to be able to sleep. Well, I could sleep at night, but well, yeah, sleep was a different story. Maybe that's autophagy. Maybe that's deep autophagy. Autophagy is a process that kicks in when you fast, and it recycles weaker cells for energy and possibly also water. Yeah. The fourth day was a bit better than the third day, but still terrible. There's not much to tell about the fourth day. Just the third and the fourth day, they were the third, the fourth, and the seventh day, I think these were the worst. The fifth day was better. I could even go to gym. I wanted to see my performance, so I went to gym, and yeah, it's interesting. I made the first set, and it was going really well. But then I tried to do the second set, and it was too much strain on my body, especially on my heart. I couldn't recover. I had to relax for 10-15 minutes until I recovered. So I stopped. So I went home. And it kind of makes sense, right? When you think of a caveman trying to survive and starving, like it would make sense to save energy in the muscles to make a quick blow to kill an animal. But not having energy to do prolonged activity for saving. So the sixth day was really hard. It was different from the third and fourth. It felt like you're not motivated to do anything. And on the sixth day I couldn't do tasks, like demanding tasks for the brain. I had some work to do in the university, but I couldn't do it. And that's what crippled me and made me feel useless. And at the same time, the mind started playing tricks on you. So like I said, on the third or fourth day I felt like depression or what. And your mind is telling you things like, it's giving you reasons why you should stop and why consideration of, for example, other people is not worth it. And that's where it gets dangerous, you know. Yeah, on the sixth day, air, like cold air, felt very refreshing. It almost felt like water. Like I opened the window and sat on the, like right now we have winter months and it's cold outside, and I just opened the window and breathed the cold air half the night. It almost felt like I needed it. I don't know if the body can synthesize water from cold air. I almost doubt it, but it just felt like it felt like breathing water. And also an interesting thing about my digestion. On the fifth and sixth day I had a lot of bloating and bowel movement. And I thought, where the hell is this coming from? I'm not eating anything. Yeah, and recently I informed myself about the liver It could be that, well, I think that your liver disposes of garbage in the bowel. And what could be is that things from my liver, or that the liver was extracting at that time from the body, were let into the bowel. Because it was an amount that you couldn't ignore. We're talking about several hundred grams of bowel here. And it was very dark. I don't know what it was, but it didn't look good. Is it good that it's out? Probably. Probably it is something that does not belong into my body. And it probably came from my liver. What is it? I don't know. But I guess it's a good thing. Maybe it was some sort of cleansing of the liver. You know, before I started carnivory, I had a fatty liver. Maybe it still hasn't recovered. Who knows? Yeah, okay, let's get to the 7th day. I think it was one of the worst experiences in my life, the 7th day. So your mouth was dry. It was so dry you couldn't speak, and on the days before, it was weird, but your tongue produced wetness. So your mouth you did not feel like you would die of thirst. But on the 7th day, it did not. It stopped producing, like, your mouth was really dry. It was difficult to speak. It was very difficult to formulate sentences because of exhaustion, because of, my brain didn't work. My hearing got worse. It was very weird, on this exact day I had a meeting with a few friends, and we discussed nutrition. It was very fitting. And I really had problems. It was almost like, a radio sound. When your hearing fails, you hear like a radio sound sometimes. It's like when you hear high pitch noises, the pitch gets cut off. Well, the 7th day was on the brink of sanity, because the only thing your brain told you was that you need water, and the urge got stronger and stronger to drink something. I did not have hunger, not at all, but thirst, only thirst. Never-ending thirst. I've never experienced such thirst in my life. I was very aggressive and in a permanently bad mood, so felt a bit sorry for the people I communicated with during the fast. I would even say that I had hatred towards the world. Somehow my mind made the world guilty of what I was experiencing. And these are all things that your mind tells you, I think it's your unconscious. And also my mind told me that I might die. It told me that it might be a mistake. And what if I would die now? Would it be worth it then? The only proof that I believe I had that I would not die was that I kept my sanity. I don't think you can consciously die of hunger or thirst if you could eat something. As long as you can, I don't know, go to the water tap and get some water, I don't think you can die of thirst. Because at some point your reptilian brain should kick in. Because it's saying, alright dude, you're gonna kill us. I won't let it happen. That's what the reptilian brain is for. Yeah. It was a good experience. And now I'm gonna tell you how I ended the fast. First of all, I think my love helped me a lot. Because we did it together. It was an experience. And we broke the fast together. We planned it so that we could break it together with cold water. And I bought this water that seemed to have extra minerals in it, and man, the first sip of water, I cannot imagine. I will never forget it. Like sitting on the couch with a candle and just drinking water. And yeah, it was something special. Yeah, we broke the fast on Friday evening with cold water, and we didn't eat anything. And on the next day we had some bone broth. Yeah, it was very good. And in the afternoon we added some solid foods, meat. It was all good. Yeah, it was a recovery weekend. There was not much activity other than eating and, I don't know, watching movies. It was good. So then, after the weekend, I started devouring food. I started before the fast, I was 98 kilograms. And after the fast, I was at 86 kilograms. So I lost 12 kilograms in 7 days, which is crazy. Right now I'm 95, so I gained 9 kilograms back. And I'm just devouring food right now. Now it got a little less, because like the first week after fasting I was eating, well, maybe 5,000 calories a day. And so I gained weight back pretty rapidly, about 2 kilograms a day, no problem. I think it was water. I consumed large amounts of salt and water, of course. But then it stopped with 95, and right now I'm eating so much, but I don't gain anything. It's an interesting state to be with. I gained all my strength back. I'm pretty euphoric, actually. I feel really good. I don't know if I ever felt that good before in my life. The performance in the gym is very good. You know, I thought, okay, I wasn't in a gym for a month. I've lost performance. So a week after fasting I went there. And yeah, I did my maximum set, like the maximum weight. And that means walking lunges with 45 kilograms on my back. And I felt fantastic. It was good to move again. Yeah. It's my 7 days dry fast. Also, before the fast, I had a problem with Candida on my tongue, and I was about to kill it with garlic, but I stopped because I wanted to see the effect of fasting on the Candida. And the weird thing is that it grew. It seems that, well, from my experience, Candida grows when your immune system weakens. And it grew all over the place in my tongue and my throat again. It was disgusting. When I started eating meat again, it just vanished in one day. It's very interesting. Now I think I have a little bit left on my tongue, but it will disappear eventually. But it's interesting that, I don't know, it seems that dry fasting is weakening your immune system. I mean, it would make sense, but I've heard reports of strengthening it in the past, so that was like the Candida thing. The growth was for me it was proof that my immune system was weakened, not strengthened. Yeah. I hope you found it interesting. Don't be as extreme as I am. It was really difficult. This dry fast was really difficult, and if I would have known how difficult it would have been, I wouldn't have done it like so fast. I would have made some adaptation first. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice evening.